So we were talking about what's a new opportunity and how do we take our current experiments and integrate the large language models to the current experiments to get a better sentimental analysis of feed for our models' behavior, and how do we recommend certain things of our research and outcome. So as I mentioned here, you will do some prompt engineering, but prompt engineering using, you will have to pass your research or integration to a large language model, and then narrow down the model to a point where you can extract the data what you want, query the data whatever you want, and get the output the way you want it to feed to your machine learning. So these are the two frameworks which we came across, very powerful. One is LangChain, which takes multiple models and try to integrate for your app or for your experiment, however you want to. Lemma Index is the next one, very powerful. It is from Meta. LangChain is open source. You can get all this thing from Hugging Faces. So Lemma Index takes not only the input from the prompt, but let's say you're running a medical office or you're running a law office and you have tons of files. You want to mine your cases, data mine your cases before you go to the external models. That kind of query availability is available in Lemma Index. So it reads your own personalized data, understands it, we call RAG models, distill it, and from there connect you to the large language models. And I will show a little bit more on LangChain. So before I go there, I wanted to tell you some steps which are required to do the model adoption. So there's something called transfer learning, which is a pre-trained model to a new domain or risk or task. Sorry, I apologize. If you have some idea about transfer learning, in neural network, we do that all the time. One weight management or symbiote function will transfer to another layer. So you'll pass something like that. Fine tune the model. So update an existing model with the new data. Safe mitigation. Now on this one, safety is very important, and ethical AI is becoming top concern, and it should be. There was a lot of media yesterday with Sam from OpenAI. So this is very top priority for anyone who's doing the experiments. There's a concept we adopt in our experiment. It's called XAI, which was not us. IBM came out with it. So what XAI does is every stage of your training of the model and whatever next steps you do, you introduce something called indexing, and you audit every process through that. So if someone asks you, oh, how do you did it? You have a full audit process and how did you came up with prediction. Distillation, train or create a small model, which we downstream. And you have to understand something called GAN models, which are student and teacher mode, or generator and discriminator. For that, we can go to Generative AI conference and whatever we are hosting, you can go more detail. Now, how do you take something like OpenAI or BERT or T5 and integrate with your machine learning models? So this is how you do it. You do pruning. Involves removing unimportant weights and neurons. Transfer is quantization, involves reduction and precision of weight activation. That's what I was talking. Distill knowledge, getting into small mimic output. Low ranking factor, drop the one which are not important. Compact embedding. And there will be an architecture change required in your experiment, which I kind of mentioned here in a very raw, simple way, which is showing as a prompt engineering. And parameter sharing. So you do the transfer learning. GAN models, generator and discriminator, is also called as teacher and student process of involving LLM. So you take a large corpus, you do a synthetic example is teacher model. In very raw language, it's called teacher and student model. And then train a small LLM as a student model, and a small number of labels, and you generate a synthetic example. Fine-tune the student model with the smaller version. Now, this is an example of generator and discriminator. I just brought it to give you the concept, what behind the scene happens. So you have a generator which takes total fake data, does not know what to do with it, like you're doing prompting in terms of ChatGPT. And then you have a discriminator, and if you tell to ChatGPT something false, it will come up with the questions or whatever it can find, right? There's a discriminator which is trained on that this human face is not human, it's a dog face. This kind of situation, and it rejects it. Generator goes again and fine-tune it to look like a dog, and it keeps pushing to discriminator until it wins over discriminator and generates a new data set out of it. So this is what it is. A noise is generated, a synthetic data is output. So when the discriminator challenges the original, synthetic, and totally from original, we have a synthetic data here, which was what you call non-existent, but it is very similar to the original one. This is about GAN, which I was talking, discriminator, and it's an unsupervised training with two neural networks which are adversary. One acts as the generator, another as a discriminator. They both compete with each other to beat each other. Finally, generator wins over discriminator and new data set is created. We ran an experiment from a data matrix, of it is showing as a human, but it was just numbers and metrics false, to a fake human being which does not exist. So this is how you do the synthetic data generation using Gen AI. There's a website, I do not know if I have a URL here, which is called thispeopledoNotExist.com. So we put this person. If you go there, you can see all the human beings which are synthetically generated, but they do not exist in this world. So this is the one of the most exciting opportunities. Now, how do we use it? As I said, we are in three verticals: healthcare, real estate, and fashion too. We have a fashion app in our joint venture partnership. It's called Data in Hub. Now, this app, what it is doing is takes the woman face and predict what kind of makeup she needs to have that look. We started this experiment 2020, 2021 around. And the biggest challenge was how many faces and how many makeup style we can have it. It's a serious problem, right? So with now synthetic image generator, we take one image and we make thousands out of it and 1,000 variant. So the learning speed is gone better, accuracy has gone better. In real estate, we were able to combine GDP data with the development data and three comparable. Right now, even Zillow and Redfin, the way they work is just take three comparable neighborhood prices and then give you a price, which is not very good way to do it. Our real estate work is in Singapore, so most of it's not focused in the US. But those are like a very good example of synthetic data generation, which was not available just at least 2 years ago. Going back to who we are, this is our team. We are based in Irvine, California, Orange County. I'm speaking from Orange office. That's where I sit most of my time. And this is a very diversified team. This is where we are hosting our most of our activities in the B2C model educational side. We host webinars, we host seminars, we host workshops. So this is, if you are around here, next to Orange Outlet, 13th and 17th floor. This is me in the middle, and then these are the two scientists. One has a economics and machine learning background, PhD. Another has 5 masters, 1 PhD. So these are a couple of people who work with us on this side. Next to me is Dr. Shada. She's an MITian, my classmate. On right-hand side, we have scientists. Left-hand side, we have some customer engagement people. So that's our team. I like to talk about this a little bit. People ask me in the very early stages when we started 16, 17, 18, we have been doing this for almost 10 years. Can I do this? And these are 3 stories, which was amazing. Igar has a PhD in machine learning, and he came to us. And he was from UCR, UC Riverside. Matthew, MBA from USC, and Kathy, a QA analyst. Totally different world. Igar is one of the very leading financial analysts in Brazil. If you Google him, you'll find him. And he used this for stock market and crypto prediction. Matthew uses this for as an investor for his work, and he learned it very well. And Kathy ended up becoming data analyst to data scientist. So these opportunities from the learner's point of view is how much time you put in. That's pretty much it. Our recognition as a group, we have been rated top 5 in B2C Model 2, where CIO Magazine switch up. We are state license group, or our content and everything is backed up by state licenses. And then a couple of years, we have been top 10 with other groups. B2B side, General Electric, US Navy, Niagara, a couple of our clients, and then we have our own platforms. Again, pushing back to this question, can I do it lateral way, by just browsing and YouTube? And yes, you can, but it's a linear way to learn. The learning is 360, where you interact, meet people. That's what we do in our bootcamp style and workshops. We bring people together. Most of them is focused on doing the work, and conceptually they read, they learn through us, or most of them have done some kind of a pre-reading before they come to us. These are the programs we offer. Number 1 is Mastering Data Science with Deep Learning. This is recommended for people who are at very good level, at least master's or PhD level. I'm not saying others cannot do it, but it's a 12 weeks program intensive. It runs only on the weekend model. So the second one is Mastering Applied Data Scientist. This is where Kathy was there. First one was Igar was there on first one. Second one, Kathy was there, where she learned all the skills from being data analyst to data scientist. It runs for 10 weekends, 10 days, full time. And then we have these 2 last, which are very popular for business people, leaders, transformation, career, all those guys, which is data science for professional, which I talked about, and generative AI for professional. This presentation is focused on data science, so I'll go deeper inside that. To know more about it, you can go to our website and fill in the form to get more details. So far, any questions? I'll pause for 30 seconds to a minute. Yes, Asma, the slides will be available. Please drop your email so that we can send it to you. There was another question. So, Alina asked, you mentioned that are you in product design innovation? Have you designed? Yes, I had a training in the product design from MIT Sloan Business School. And on my engineering side too, design philosophy and how products are designed. So yes, I do have a training, and I lead the design part of AI too. architectural design, to connecting to the business plan, all of it. Platform design. I'm a product designer interested in data as well. I feel like product design feels abstract, right? No way. It's connecting the pieces is the business. Not only knowing machine learning, but how do you connect to LLM, and how do you connect to customer satisfaction? How do you connect to the UI? How do you connect to an app? So it's all design thinking. So in my point of view, that's what it is, and that's how I've been doing it. I hope I answered the question. Can you please show again slide 1, 2, 3? Sure. Oh, step 1, 2, 3. Okay. Link to the website. I do not know if I can chat it. I'm sorry, the host is today off, so Thanksgiving weekend, so I'm the host myself today. But as I will take the picture of people who have sent me this so that I can definitely address all these questions. But sure. Aris, thank you so much. Okay. Any further question from anyone before I move on? Yes, Alina, please go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have a question.
Oh, okay. No problem. Thank you for attending, though. It encourages me. I'm not talking to myself. But that was a good question, Sonam, Reza. Yes, Sonam, please go ahead. What's her question? I can't find it.
Actually, can I ask a question too?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt anything here. But yeah, so kind of adding to that, like, what was your background in, and did you do your design during your grad school? You said.
No, so, product design, I learned it in business school. Not part of the business school, but part of my curiosity from MIT, product design itself, to enhance my skills. But I understood design, a thinking process very well before I went to solidify my skills.
Okay, but what did you what was your majority of your background in data, right?
Oh, mine, yeah, AI, 100%. My engineering is computer science and electrical engineer. And so, and I've been, I cannot claim this, but I was behind the first Yahoo. I do not know how old you guys are. Behind the chatbot of Yahoo, the first one. And then I had a career for 10 years in Bank of America. So I was part of the team which designed the check scan process. So I have 100% background into this.
Okay.
That time AI was not AI, right? We used to call glorified statisticians, then glorified data scientists, and now AI is there. AGI, we are heading towards that. So
I'm in like a interesting phase right now. So I actually have like a background in civil engineering, but I did it. And then from then I went into education. So it's like private tutoring for college and high school and almost like any subject. And then now it's like I went to boot camp for a product design career, for like a product design boot camp. And there's like a lot of different skills that are like clashing that I wonder how to combine them efficiently so that I can be like in the market.
Sure. I will let you have my email, and Alina, I'll remember your name. We'll send you a one-on-one session. You can just set it with me. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes, we can talk more. There's a question from which model would you recommend to tech program manager, data science, Gen AI? Yeah, Ibrahim, I will, again, I'm leaving my email and I will keep your less, this is not one line answer. I need to know your background, like Alina told me, to give you more detailed input. But let's assume you know a little bit of data science or AI. No, AI means like Gen AI. Combining it is the biggest opportunity. It's $15.7 trillion. And 1.2 is going to the people who are combining it for sure. It's just really thrilling where we are. We went from, in my whole life, doing this as a practitioner, teacher, contributor. This is most exciting. You don't have to be the researcher, PhD to get really value out of it. Just come to a point where intelligent consumers and people who understand it deep can take the research and use it more efficiently as a bigger opportunity. That's my personal take. Make sense? I don't know if that's... So let's go further. Thank you for all this participation. It encourages me not to talk to myself. So I really thank you guys. But next thing is I will give you a glimpse of what our data science professional program is. We do this very hands-on. So each day is divided into 2 sessions, 4 sessions or 2 sessions, depending upon who we get it. So you start with basics of big data, machine learning, go into step 2, which I told you here. Then our philosophy is do it until you get it or until you master it. So you'll take a business challenge, straight away jump into doing machine learning, baby steps. By end of the day 1 itself, you will run up with a model like the one I showed you. Very simple, where you got the basics of it. Can anyone jump into this program? You will have to have some kind of a prerequisite done, which is statistical, little bit of Python, and those 2 things are basic. Now with Gen AI, you can create the code, whisper to ChatGPT and have the code. So that becomes easy. For your analytical thinking, it's better to know a little bit statistical modeling, which is kind of, we have a pre-work for it. So you can take that with the one-on-one instruction for a couple of hours. Then you will end up day 1 doing a project. We brought something which a lot of people are missing in this learning, causal interference and decision analytics, which is part of it. So like do why and causal ML. Causal interference is basically how do you optimize most of the machine learning. The latest challenge in machine learning is, okay, I got an error and I don't know what to do. I have precision recall, confusion metrics, blah, blah, blah. This is a science itself. So it will be introduced to optimize your machine learning. Again, you go into the project-based learning. Every day has a project, and towards the last 3 days is heavy work, about 10 hours a day. So project-based learning, where you go through this process of now you've learned the concepts, you'll start doing projects. You can bring your own data and own project. We encourage that. But on the day 4 and 5, because you're building your muscles right now, flexing your muscles. And then on session 2, you'll go through learning how to use how LLM models can be customized and used. Support vector machine, word to vector, all these things, what is NER, what is, how do you, do ITF, DF transformations, all those things with deep learning integration. Day 4, again, same thing. It's an AI, natural language processing. It has deep learning a little bit and machine learning. All 3 combined together with some sentimental analysis, some kind of a data. And then, sorry. So you will master day 4. I apologize, I was on the wrong slide. Machine learning perfect 2 projects with some external integration of NLP. And day 5, again, you go through the integration part and advanced LLM model integration. We have galleries of projects, tons of projects. We give you a choice which one you want to go. And usually we pair 3 people together, not one, so that you learn from each other. We call applied learning model. In applied learning model, we'll say one person statistically strong, one person has a concept of business and entrepreneur minded, and one person has a technology strong. So we pair you into one team. So you have a diversified skills and you challenge each other and get the things done. These are small setting, not more than 10 people in one workshop. So that's how we execute our thing. It's priced at very moderate price. There are 2 things. This whole TDM was built through this process. Now it's online. So I started doing Zoom. But we also do in-person events at our office in Irvine. And now we are also opening the LA operations, which was there before. So if you want to meet in person and do the experiment, you can come to one of our events, which you will find it online. Mastering is at 12,000. The deep learning one, the other one is at 10,000, and this is the one which we felt is the most exciting. You can quickly get something if you are at a good level. And live streaming is an option. Because we have all over the world people joining, so we allow that. But in person is different for sure. In live streaming, you get to with the instructor and get into the what they call one-on-one sessions, and they will work with you on the projects. We don't have on demand, and possibly we'll bring it something in 2024. This is the Gen AI Bootcamp. There are 2 versions for it. One is the doers, like the hardcore business machine learning and AI model builders, and another is the business one, which is another presentation. That's pretty much it.